I'm gonna head back. If you are feeling like your spot isn't super comfy, maybe head to a place that does feel really nice for you. Optioning, of course, always staying in your desk chair or whatever setup you're using for your workspace. And for me, I tend to just grab whatever's around, but I've been really enjoying this little cushion from my daughter's bed because she left it down here and it's just the right size to sit on. So I found a little Goldilocks moment, like, oh, the perfect setup. For me, I prefer to try to do my meditations cross-legged. If you get uncomfortable anytime throughout the practice, let's try not to fight through that. Instead, we'll just readjust. But most importantly in the beginning is taking a moment to feather your nest. As I like to say, my favorite meditation teacher, David G, says that, and it feels like coming home to me, just feathering your nest, getting snuggled into whatever space you are resting upon. And as we get started, we'll just take a few movements so that we don't have an antsiness to our seating arrangement as we drop into our practice. Let's take a big breath up and in. Arms will rise. And as you exhale, arms fall, landing to your left somewhere. I'm going to use my leg and the floor. If you have a chair or a desk in your space, you could just gently hold on to your furniture and guide your eyes around your left shoulder. When the time feels right, we'll breathe in for another lift skywards. And as you exhale, softening hands and eyes over to your right side. Tiny assist using our hands to help us twist. I like to think about bringing some energy to the spine. And as you swivel back to the center, hopefully that will help you sit a little taller. Take a little roll backwards or a shimmy with your shoulders, encouraging them to drop down low from your earlobes. And then find a nice place for your hands to rest. If I was feeling sluggish this morning, I might like to have my palms facing upwards. Usually for me, it's a lot of get up and go at first thing in the morning, so I feel the opposite. Quite stimulated and I'm ready to settle. So in that case, I'll bring my palms down. Any place works. And before we drop into practice, let's tuck our chins down towards our chests. Envision being lifted from your back ribs, your back of your shoulder blades, and the back of your neck. Staying tall through your back body, let your ears roll to the right side and over your throat and chest off to the left side. Drop shoulders down again if they crept towards your ears. I'll take a couple rotations here for your neck. Feel free to pause along the way and explore lifting or moving your chin here and there. Tiny movements can sometimes make a big adjustment. All right, when you feel pretty good, drop back through the center and raise eyes straight forward towards me. Then we'll softly flutter the eyelids closed. That's a really nice way to come to practice blocking out the stimulation, but sometimes doesn't feel safe or comfortable to do so. So in that case, drop your eyes down to something pretty boring. So not like your notebook or your cell phone. Anything down there, I like to look at a desk or a floor or even my lap sometimes. If your eyes are staying open, I invite you to close them just a little bit with me so that it looks like pretty unfocused and blurry as you're glancing through your eyelashes there. We'll welcome ourselves to our practice with a breath of gratitude. Gratitude for the opportunity to practice breath work with one another. Gratitude for the fact that we have able minds and bodies to bring us together today. Soften heavily down through your backside, as if you're leaving an imprint here today in your supports. Hoping to embody a state of presence with our practice. Noticing what is present in our body, hearts, and minds. But as we notice, trying not to attach a story, no plot line, remove any criticism, remove any judgment. We are simply here to see, to observe, to allow, and to breathe deeply as we drop in. Inviting ourselves to become still in this moment. I love to take this opportunity for a few conscious breaths to allow us to come together in stillness. Inhaling softly. And as you exhale, see if you can let go just a bit more slowly than you brought that inhale in. Slowly and softly inhaling. Letting your out breath go a bit more slowly. Not forcing necessarily, but allowing. Giving ourselves the moment to step away from all the rush, all the go, all the do, and come back into our core, our essence, into human beings, just being with our bodies and breath. Each time we let breath out, there's a sense of releasing. Perhaps it's something rather simple, such as releasing everything that brought us to this point together today. Perhaps it's something much more challenging and feeling very big and cumbersome, like releasing a little bit of something that does not feel like it's serving you any longer. Maybe something that's downright toxic in your life. And in that case, just take it breath by breath, shed a little layer here and there as we can. No expectations, just a sense of loving kindness with our practice today. Now, while we're practicing this breath in the beginning, in between your in and out breaths, and in between your out and your in breaths, is this moment of perfect stillness. Can you pause for just a moment between those two breaths to see if you can tap into the sensation of perfect stillness? It's almost as if you're being suspended, like there's a pause to the universe. I'd love to see if we can identify that moment. If we can, we recapture it, like we've taken a little mental snapshot of it for us to come back to later in the day, in the week, in life as a whole. This is why we practice. To find that sense of comfort and solace within. When things get too hectic on the outside, we have the ability, what we've cultivated from our practice, to drop back in, whether it be to the darkness, the stillness inside, or a breath practice that we're cultivating. And try maybe one more time, being here right now, staying with me, noticing that little pause between the in and out, a little pause between the out and in breaths. We're centering ourselves here, we're softening, or perhaps you may feel like you're getting heavier. Either sensation is really nice, sense of lightness or a sense of release with a heaviness. And we'll resume a natural depth and pace of breath, whatever feels really comfortable and easy for you. Re-noticing that sense of dissolving outwards. So anything that you are in contact with or around, it's almost like you have an aura. The separation between the two becomes quite fuzzy, almost as if everything is just blending or melting together. Now our senses will still stay awake. Our spine will still stay energized and long. We are aware of our field of sensations and any noises in the background, but we're not attaching ourselves to anything else that's going on but our individual practice. Sometimes when we're rushing, or even if we're stressing or we're upset, we find a big belly tension. We find a grip. We find this pulling in, like we're holding on tightly to something. Can you give yourself permission to let your stomach be soft? Let your mind, let your heart be soft, and allow whatever arises during our practice together to be received with kindness and compassion. If we open this awareness to our breath, I believe that we can open our lives with a connection to our breath. We can experience physiological, emotional, and spiritual effects. Whatever you open your mind to will be with breath practice. There's a stillness that exists beyond our thinking minds. And this is a wonderful practice, just sitting with breath, to support our body's peak health, to support our vitality. And it feels good, so why not? I'm so glad you're here with me today. We might notice with this slowing down mid-morning that we have an increased sense of concentration and awareness for the rest of our day. More selfishly, but just as important, we might find that we have this more profound sense of love and fulfillment from within. We're going to try to awaken our physical bodies, our energy bodies, our spiritual bodies, emotional. Try to open up all these beautiful places in our hearts, our minds, our skin, our tissues, our bones with breath practice. So lately I've been practicing a triangle breath. And I like to actually envision a triangle while I practice so I can keep myself on track by envisioning that triangle. Each part of the practice will last 3 seconds. But of course, anytime a count feels uncomfortable to you, you can make it what you like. Just make sure it's equal. So maybe you do 4 seconds on each edge of the triangle. The way we'll breathe, I'll count out 3, but do what's right for you, will be an inhale, a pause, retaining your breath with a sense of softness, and then to complete the triangle, your exhale. So we'll try to inhale 3 seconds, pause, retaining your breath with a soft expression for 3 seconds, and then let that exhale go for 3 seconds before we repeat. Try with me with the count of 3, and if it doesn't feel right for you, feel free to extend it as you need. Let's just take 1 breath in and out together. No triangle breath, just a breath here. Gently expelling all the air from your body. I like to give like a little extra at the bottom. Inhale, 3, 2, 1. Gently pause. 3, 2, 1. Exhale. 3, 2, 1. Inhale. 3, 2, 1. Gently pause. 3, 2, 1. Exhale. 3, 2, 1. Inhale. 3. And retain. 3. Exhale. 3. Inhale. Retain. Exhale. 2 more rounds. Breathe in. Pause. Release. One last time. Inhale. Gently pause. Exhale. 3, 2, 1. Drop back to any normal breathing and just take notice for a moment. Remember what you felt like, what your mood was, how your energy level was when we started practice, and how you're feeling now that we've consciously made ourselves aware of our bodies. Breathe throughout them and ask ourselves to settle into surrendering. Is there a change? Just noticing. There's no judgment, no criticism, no stories, no excuses. Just here to be the casual observer. What I'm hoping we'll find with our practice is a calming, a quieting of our attention, breath by breath. And I prefer to use guided meditations so that I know that I'm going to stay with my practice, stay with my body and breath. I don't have as much of an opportunity to let my mind wander. Let's open ourselves to the possibility that we are awakening not just our bodies, but our hearts and our minds. Bring your attention to, as you're breathing, places that you notice may feel a little tangled up. Maybe that's something in your heart. Tension, like we spoke about, we might feel in our bellies, or if we have some sort of an injury, something that's bothering us. And use a repetition of breaths to loosen and release anything in your physical body, any areas. I like to think about the in-breath energizing, accepting, maybe even wrapping in a little hug that area, giving it what it needs. And then as you exhale, this sense of dissolving or letting go. Feel the aliveness there. You might notice a sense of tingling or vibrating as it releases, sense of softening. Noticing what types of emotions and sensations arise when we take a moment to center, to soften our body, to release control, to give ourselves permission to step back. Let go a little bit. And now that we have given ourselves some thoughtful consideration, you need more breaths to relax any certain areas. Please continue there. But we're doing one of my favorite meditations today, a little loving kindness, because I feel that it is life-changing not for those of us who practice, but what we project into the world helps it become a better place. It's like you could sprinkle a little bit of this loving kindness everywhere you go. We first will practice towards ourselves. There's a belief that it's challenging to shower others with love and affection if we don't feel the same way about ourselves. So sitting here quietly, let's mentally repeat slowly and steadily the following phrase. If you feel like you need to change any words, please do so it feels really genuine and true to you. Sounds something like, may I be happy. May I be well. May I be safe. May I be peaceful and at ease. This loving kindness aspect of the meditation consists primarily of connecting to our intention to wish ourselves happiness. However, you might also notice feelings of warmth or friendliness or love arise in your body and mind, and will connect to whatever comes up. Allowing whatever we're noticing, whatever sensations or emotions begin to pop up, to grow as we repeat these phrases. And sometimes it's nice to actually see in your mind's eye, like maybe you could see yourself in a mirror. Really hold yourself in your attention. This reinforces the intentions expressed in our phrases. May I be happy, may I be well, may I be safe, peaceful, at ease, healthy and free from harm, whatever you'd like to add on. And after a period of directing this towards ourselves, let's bring to mind a friend, excuse me, or someone in our lives who has deeply cared for us. A loved one, friend, a family member, even a pet. Slowly repeat the phrases of loving kindness towards them. May you be happy. May you be well. May you be safe, peaceful, and at ease. As you say or feel or see these phrases, again, sink into the intention, their heartfelt meaning. And if any feelings, actual feelings or sensations of loving kindness arise, we'll connect to those. The feelings will hopefully become stronger as we repeat, may you be happy, may you be well, safe, peaceful, and at ease. And then let's try to bring into our mind's eye or into our immediate area a focus, a thought of someone with which we have experienced difficulty or with which we are currently. And this is a challenging one, but we're going to try to wish the same for them. May they be happy. May they be well. May they be safe. And may they be peaceful and at ease. Now, when we practice that one in particular, sometimes opposite feelings from what you expect may arise, like anger or grief or sadness. But that's okay because that tells us that our heart is softening and it's revealing what's being held inside. So with patience, acceptance, and kindness, we can offer these feelings the loving kindness that they deserve. Remember, there's no need to judge ourselves. We're working through a practice together. So once again, someone with whom we've experienced any difficulty, may they be well, may they be safe and happy, may they be peaceful, at ease, and free from harm. It just feels better. No sense holding on to all that tension when we can wish everyone well, including ourselves. Well, I'm very proud of you. I'm proud of us together. You said yes, yes to yourself, yes to your self-care, yes to feeling, I hope, rested and rejuvenated, renewed after a little break. Yes to being worthy, to deserving self-love. So let's remember that our goal as we practice this slowing down is to move from just being human doers, the human goers, truly embody, drop back into human beings. Let's try to commit to one another that we will meet our own needs on a regular basis. Otherwise, how will we be able to give to the ones that we love the most? Remembering we can't pour from an empty cup. So thank you so much for refilling your cup with me today. Let's continue making this commitment to our practices together. It's always better with friends. We hold each other accountable, and hopefully it's enjoyable to practice with one another. So I cannot wait to see you back here for practice again next week. I hope that you have a calmer, quieter demeanor, and you feel very rested and secure for the rest of your day. Take a little bow to our heart center, covering our hearts with our hands, or perhaps meeting them in a little prayer, hands. In gratitude, finishing just the way we started, that we have another amazing day to spread some joy on this planet. Thank you, and take good care.